Good morning. Man, it's the daily routine. Grab your coffee and then get ready to hit the day. Today, if I get my navigation to work, we're going to go to Arlington and we're going to meet with the CEO of a major bank and the chief revenue officer of a bank that we've been working with on a lot of our large commercial deals. Since COVID last year, it was a great opportunity to meet like a lot of bigger banks, and not just bigger banks, but local banks. And keep building the relationships, because you never know in this world, like when you need something, what you need. As you scale up in real estate, not only people start doing rentals, buyers, sellers, investors, commercial. So it's important that as you level up in this business, you're starting to create relationships, right? Relationships are key. Hey,
where you at, man?
Just got in the car.
Oh my God.
What?
You're gonna be late.
Not really. I don't think so.
No? Okay. I'm walking in. There's like no traffic out, so you should probably be okay.
Yeah, and I wore a nice outfit for you. Black t-shirt and some gray pants.
All right. Yay.
Good shit. So yeah, I'll be there. I'm about to jump on the highway literally a minute, and I will see you soon. Hopefully there's no traffic. I'm not typically a morning person at all. I think I sleep too late. But my typical mornings, I wake up in the morning, either my wife or I will pick up my son, get him ready, start making him breakfast, get his lunch packed. Typically I'm a super organized person, so the night before and throughout the whole day, the day before, I'm doing my to-do list, my task list, what I need to attack, what's my priorities, what's my secondary, and along those lines. And then I do usually updates next to them to keep myself sane, because trust me, I have so much going on in my mind, or I just wouldn't be able to function. I would say I'm totally OCD and a control freak, but at the same time, to manage, over 50 staff, multiple buildings and departments and all these different things that we have going on, as much as you have employees and people that manage stuff, you still constantly are thinking and trying to have vision and writing goals down and things like that. So there's constant flow in the mind, but writing things down really, really helps. So we're down here in Arlington, hitting this meeting. We've been working with this bank for a while now, and it's time to meet the CEO and the chief revenue officer. And you always got to lay bricks for the future, right? You got to have money to buy buildings. You got to have money to buy houses, right? Oh man, I just had an hour and a half meeting. I have almost 28,000 emails. That's crazy. Great meeting. We just met with the CEO and the CFO of a local bank here in Virginia that we're doing a lot of business with on the development side. It's awesome. So being able to actually talk to people that have an econ background and actually see banking at a high level, you don't really get a chance to be in those types of rooms. So it was pretty awesome. I learned a lot actually from the meeting. And what I did learn is that all that hard work and building relationships actually pays off. And I'm really excited about the future and what we're going to do with this bank. Selling houses is not just about collecting a commission check. That you are changing people's lives. They're building their families, their future into the biggest asset that they'll ever actually have and own, right? So it's really cool to be a part of that growth and in their journey. At the end of the day, as an entrepreneur as well, we're always constantly thinking about how we're going to grow, how we're going to evolve. And with my, I've always had this vision of going down down to Florida, down to Miami, and servicing those areas. And I wrote that down in my goal book actually. I think it was 2007 or 2008, where it says I want to have my a beachfront or on Ocean Drive, an office space. I don't know if I'll ever have it on that particular street, but the mentality or the mindset was getting down there. Like Florida, I always felt like it's a market that people are just slow. Agents are not as fast. They don't have that East Coast mentality, even though they're East Coast. But I think with our the way we do business, how fast we are, how nimble, how we adapt and pivot, we can do really, really well. And yes, when there's sun and beach and all this stuff, people kind of tend to get lazy, or that's just their lifestyle, right? But I think we have an opportunity to take our brand, our platform, our mindset, and really knock it out of the park over there. So I'm really excited about that. Let me take you to one of our newest projects that's coming up. It doesn't look like much right now. 1417 Belmont Street Northwest. This right here is going to turn into a 43 unit project. Most likely apartments, but also could be condos. Apartments are actually rentals, condos are for sale. But you'll have to have some vision here. You have to always constantly see the market conditions and what works and what doesn't. So when you work on development projects like this, you have to think about the acquisition cost, the soft cost, the hard cost, especially now with COVID and lumber prices going up and the assembly line. I mean, a lot of things could cause delays. So when you're especially in the commercial development world, you got to be very, very smart and take your time to really analyze the transaction and the deal. Let's go check it out. I don't know if you can see that. That is what will be here. It's kind of cool. So I think in 22 years of real estate, what's been fun for me is building things. Building companies, building people up, building systems, building platforms. But this is pretty awesome. Think about how many people are going to live here and the memories they're going to have and how you're going to change the community. I mean, if I'm living next door, don't I really want to have, I don't want to have this raw piece of land just sitting here that's trash in it. This is also going to help stabilize the community. It's going to create more jobs. It's going to create more econ for a lot of the restaurants and retail. So it's a lot going on. So it's really exciting to be a part of this. I mean, this is going to take about an 18-month or so project to get done, but it's going to be exciting to see how this thing takes shape and gets done over time. I'll definitely keep you guys posted on the journey. But we are going to start construction probably in July, August of 2021, and hopefully at some point, late 2022 or early 2023, we're going to have a big building up here, and it's going to be awesome. We're at my gorgeous 8-unit luxury condo project that's going to market in the next 30 days. We're in pre-sales now. We're on the corner of Nebraska and Connecticut Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. Let me take you inside. All right, this is the baller unit. Are you ready to check this window line? Come on. Okay, look at this. Where do you see this in a condo and not a house? You're in the top floor of our luxury condo project here on the corner of Nebraska and Connecticut Avenue Northwest. We're doing pre-sales now. but this is going to be listed at 1.5 million. You'll have an opportunity to get a parking space in the rear. This is an elevator building. Clean lines, super modern, beautiful window lines. And if you notice, we're on one of the busiest corners and it's quiet. That's called construction materials and insulation and top of the line windows. Not only is this over 2,000 square feet in total finished footage, but there's also a couple private balconies and you have the entire roof deck upstairs, private to this penthouse. I mean, you're gonna have one of the coolest parties, lots of fun, and it just makes it like a big townhome or row home in a condo building. It's pretty cool. Stopping by our 19 unit on Connecticut. We got a lot of buildings on Connecticut today.
Another building.
Yeah, so this one we've been working on for 5 years. They used to all be row houses like what you see on the left side. We bought 2 of them, put them together. We were going to go with condos, but then as the market evolves and changes, you have to adapt. And we turned them into apartments. And so we may sell the building, we may keep it, but no matter how you slice it, whoever takes it on, whether it's us or somebody else, they're going to rent it out. This is a past building that we did. It's 5309 Connecticut Avenue Northwest. It was a 4-unit condo project. And as the market shifted, we turned into a rental. So there's 4 units fully occupied right now. And we're thinking about, maybe selling it. So, as this whole area is being developed, I think these 2 recently just got purchased in between. So this whole area, I think, is going to turn into a lot of apartments and condos. Connecticut Avenue historically is kind of an older buildings, window units, things like that. So it's cool to see the redevelopment that's going on. So this was one of the first of many. And then we had the 19 unit that we just came from, which is going to be all apartments. And then we have another condo building down the street. So again, redevelopment's happening. People need more housing. We're turning 1 units into 4 units, 1 units into 8 units, and you need to supply that demand. Well, first off, the game sucks, okay? The game is super old, it's archaic, it's very old school, it's full of whales, people that are close to their 60 years old. Which in the end, I mean, look, age isn't everything, but I guess the concept of what I'm saying is that everyone's living in the old school ways. People are not adapting to technology. They're not moving at the speed of light. They're still living in their old school mindset. And if you're not adapting to technology and moving quickly and having a great team behind you, resources, training, just basically an all-around end-to-end solution for your staff and your agents, you're just not gonna put yourself in the position to win. I mean, I was just sitting on a phone call with a buyer and she's went through 5 different agents. Like, that's sad to me. And she went through 5 different agents. I mean, yeah, look, you can say maybe the buyer's a little nuts, right? But at the same time, they're fearful and they don't really know what they should deserve to get out of a broker. And I think that is one of the reasons why we work so hard here at One Street, is to make sure that we put the best product on the street. People that have gone through training, know how to write offers, know the local market, are armed with data. They have their team leads or mentors. They have their leadership available at all times. So they're not on an island by themselves. Real estate is a selfish business. It's a kill to eat business, and which is fine, independent contractors. But at One Street, we really have built a collaborative spirit, a collaborative team, that everyone's out here to help each other. Because in the end, if you're not all about the consumer and the client and their journey and their experience and being their partner, then what are you in real estate for? Most agents are complaining and they're crying and this and that, and they put money before their consumer. And you know what? At some point you're gonna get exposed. At some point you're gonna be gone from this business. And I hope that after 22 years and the things I've seen and the markets I've seen, that things will adjust, and the agents that don't know what they're doing will get kicked out of this business. And like I said, if you can just be ethical and be a real person and be their concierge, be their partner in their journey, all should be well. And unfortunately, in our business, is like you could be as smart as you want and be the biggest person in the room, but you still are dealing with an assembly line. You're still dealing with other agents. You're still dealing with other variables. And you're only as good as who you're working with or around in those transactions. So we pride ourselves on being the best from a knowledge base, resources,
and personality, and just being real people doing real estate.